Okay, welcome to part 3 of my tutorial. This is where I actually get onto painting. Girls and even boys with long hair, tie it up. You really don't want to get hair in your chocolate. Also remove any clothing that is going to drip in your chocolate. I took off my really nice new pashmina because I don't want to get chocolate on it. Right. Get your different types of chocolate. I use different brands every year. Now this one is called Hitachiin. Hello, Thomas. It really doesn't matter. I do recommend cooking chocolate because it tends to melt a bit better. Get heat-proof containers, in this case one of my mum's coffee mugs, well, tea mugs, and 2 very thick resistant bowls. Then I don't even know what you call this kind of thing, but heat resistant bowls on them. Put boiling water in the bowls. Actually, I've turned it down to 80 because we've got this swanky new kettle. And my mum said that would do. Yes, this is our kitchen. Not very interesting. That's my mum. This is my mum's winemaking operation. And this is our cooker, which is dying. And the rest of it's mess. Take your chocolate. Guess how much you might need. I've taken about half of each pack, a bit more of the milk chocolate because that gets mixed with most things. And break it up, put it into the containers over the hot water. So I've got hot water in here, hot water in here, hot water in here. Just to demonstrate. Break it up with a knife. Obviously smaller pieces are better. GCSE chemistry or physics will teach you that. Oh, and that was my brother who walked in a few minutes ago. Right. I tend to put the dark chocolate in the smallest one, but that's just my personal preference. We only have 2 of the large ones. And I don't like dark chocolate. If you don't have very much space, just put in enough to cover the sort of bottom area. There we go. Yeah, so do that with your white chocolate and your milk chocolate and put them in the bowls. I cannot stress, do not try and cook your chocolate by putting it in a pan because you will burn it. And it will be disgusting because burnt chocolate is horrible. Also, do not get your boiling water and dunk the chocolate in. It is a waste of good chocolate. It's also what my brother did a few years ago, but my mum managed to remedy it by turning the dark chocolate into truffle, so it was fine. But as a general rule, excuse me, don't burn it. Well, don't try and cook it, and don't put it in the boiling water. If you're worried about handling boiling water, get someone to help you. That's for all you little kids out there. I don't know if there are any little kids out there, but I have to say that sort of thing. And be careful with knives. I can't believe I'm giving you safety warnings. I also got a couple of extra little containers which I'll use for mixing. Last year I mixed in the bowls. This time I'm going to try and do a bit more of a sensible mix-up. I'll just finish cutting these up and I'll get back to you. I should also probably say use a chopping board or something else that your parents or whoever owns the materials won't care about you chopping stuff off on, because I'm sure that my mommy would not be very happy if I went and made lots of knife marks all over her nice kitchen. Yeah, so I used an old plate which I use for chopping everything. We also have a chopping board somewhere, but it's gross and icky and really not worth using. Get a spoon, preferably 1/5 each type of chocolate. I hope that hasn't had coffee on it. I'll go and get another one in a moment. And you can poke the chocolate and hope that it melts a bit faster. If you have to put the boiling water up to 100 degrees, it'll melt a bit quicker then. This will do. Right, so now you wait and get your cake. There are a few things I'm going to try out this year. Experimental things. Don't forget to put away your chocolate. And you can always get out more if you don't have enough. And if you have too much, well, you can always lick the bowl. I'll get someone else to. So we'll wait. The experimental things I want to try mainly are to do with the outline. Sorry, I'm an awful camera woman. And I got a piece of foil to practice on. I would actually recommend this. It doesn't have to be foil, but something a bit shiny, like your icing, or something of a similar nature. Get your paint brushes. I would recommend something that's supposedly good for acrylics and oils, because obviously chocolate is a bit thick like acrylics and oils. This is a set my mum got a while ago, and thank you. It's got a wide range of things. I've got two flattish ones. That'd be good for covering the area, and I've got two thin ones. I'm going to try using the really, really thin one here for the outlines. I'm also going to see whether or not piping works, and whether or not it's best to outline before or after you've decorated most of the cake. These are questions which I have asked myself, and I never really got around to testing, so I'm going to take this opportunity. Feel free to experiment yourselves. You may find that one way works better than another. I don't need to tell anyone how to make a bag for piping, do I? Get a plastic bag, or similar. These are grotty old ones from Sainsbury's. I don't know if you have Sainsbury's in America. Put a dollop of chocolate in there, cut a little hole in the edge, and pipe it, I guess. I haven't actually done piping for a very long time. I don't do very much work with icing. Right, I am going to go off and do some piano practice while I wait for this to melt. I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, just as a bit of an experiment, I'm just going to take a little bit of the milk chocolate and just spread it over here. You won't get a very good picture here, but yeah. When you're painting, try and make sure it's as evenly and smoothly covered as possible. Make sure it's thick. I'm sorry, I'm blocking the light here. When you are applying this, you have to give it time to cool and set, otherwise you're going to end up mixing a bit too much. do not lick your brushes until you are finished. Run them under a hot tap and get out the chocolate properly. And get a kitchen towel for you to wipe them on. This is the same procedure I use when I'm painting only. I don't normally run them under a towel and stick them in water, but I still dry them off afterwards. Mixing chocolate with water is a bad idea. Now, just for the sake of testing, and dark chocolate hasn't melted very well yet. I'm also going to do a little line of dark chocolate. Now, actually, this looks like it's a decent paintbrush, and like I should be able to get a thin line, not too hard. This is an experimental stage where you just have to work out whether or not it's easier for you to do your background, well, do your blocking in first, or whether to do your outlines first. I can't really tell you which is best. This is why I would recommend testing it out on a piece of kitchen foil or similar first. I'll go and get the tape. Yes, these are all the cards. This is our piano. This was made for my parents by my nan. She's amazing. And this is on my birthday card. This was a congratulations card for my GCSE results, which were really, really good. Cake. Get the cake. I'm not here to ramble. Clear your space, obviously. I'll just see if I can make the piping work, but I really don't know if it would. I would certainly only recommend it if you were very, very worried about the standard of your paintbrushes. Yes, I put a hole in it. I'm just going to do a tiny bit. In fact, I'm going to cut off half the rest of this bag as well. It's just getting in the way. But I'll get a decent pair of scissors first. You open up your bag after sniffing it or whatever. Try not to waste too much of the chocolate on the inside of the bag. I can tell already that this doesn't look like it's going to work. Squeeze it along to the corner if you can. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see it looks horrible. It looks horrible off camera too. That's any consolation, people. And I didn't even manage to make a hole in it, did I? Did I or didn't I? Can't actually tell. Oh, I did. Just a tiny, tiny little hole there. Okay, so that's the line I got with piping. Try it if you want, but I'm not going to recommend it off the bat. I would stick to painting. Right, this is going in the bin, because it's a mess. Right, have your foil to one side in case you need it. and have your design next to you for reference, as well as